We are reading a hand of a 40-year-old female. We would be talking about important points on her hand. This is her right hand. In general, people think that for females we should refer the left hand, but in my case I give importance to both the hands to arrive at the conclusion. Now the thing is that when we are looking at hands, we have to look at the hand structure. By the hand structure, we mean the bone structure in the fingers and the palm and the skin covering over it. So if the hand structure is good, when we say hand structure, we look at the bone structure and the skin covering over it. So we try to correlate your hand to a building. And imagine a situation that building, that iron girders in the building is basically the bones in your hand, and the skin covering over your hand is basically the cementing part. So if it is made up of strong iron girders and good cementing, the chances is that the building is not going to fall down when trouble arises, something like an earthquake or a flooding or tornadoes or anything. So same goes with your case as well. So if the hand structure is good, it automatically means better hold over people, money and resources. It could also mean something to do with, let's say, it could also mean something to do with more richness. Now richness does not mean only in terms of money. Richness can also be seen in terms of content. Okay, see, each planet in your hand has got certain qualities. This is Mercury, this is Sun, this is Saturn, this is Jupiter, this is Venus. So each and every planet, if it is placed in a good way, if the hand structure is strong, it means that those planets are working favorably in an effective way. I would say in an effective way, much more effective way compared to if the hand structure was weak. A weak hand structured person would not have a good hold over people, money and resources. Your hand is very strong, so it automatically means better hold over people, money and resources. So when trouble arises, you're able to handle those troubles and move ahead in your life. So this is a beautiful sign to have. And see, generally people think that, oh, I should have very beautiful looking hands. I would say, even if you take a look at the hand of Picasso also, he doesn't have a feeble kind of a hand. He doesn't have a womanly kind of a hand. That traditionally what we think. Even he has a very bulky kind of a hand, and bulky hands is always better compared to weaker kind of hands. So this is the whole palmistry reading is going to change with only this particular aspect. Okay, as far as in your hand, the important things that I see on your hand, one or two more, important things that I could see very clearly is that the money line. We'll be talking about the money line. Now I should add out here that people think that only money line plays a role in terms of money. But the thing is that each and every line in your palm, so any line moving towards the mount of Saturn is considered to be the line of money, possessions, wealth. So these are the things that are depicted by the line of Saturn. This is the line of Saturn. I think I said the line of Mercury. No, by mistake I might have said the line of Mercury. So these lines that the money line is always points towards the mount of Saturn. So that's considered to be the best. Now the timing, how do we see? This is I've just drawn an imaginary line. This is the money line. This is the headline. Intersection out here is age 35 on the money and the headline. The intersection of the heart and the money line is age 53. So this is 53 and beyond. This is before the age of 35, and this is 35 till the age of 53, this portion. So just notice that your money line kind of breaks before it touches the headline. So this is when some major events might have taken place. Break in the money line is seen as a negative sign to have. So this break could have happened around the age of, let's say, 33, 34. That's the approximate, I would say. So break in the money line could depict few problems, and there are normally three problems that a person may experience. It doesn't mean that all the three problems are there. It could be just one of them. The first thing could be job loss, work loss, business loss. The first thing. The second thing is the main earning member of the family, their health or wealth goes down, more responsibility falls onto your head. And the third is one's personal life can get disturbed due to a break in the line of money. So one of these things could have applied. There could be other options as well, but some issues might have cropped up at that particular age. Roughly, that's the approximate, I would say. Now, if we just notice the money line, like which direction in the so this is the earlier portion of your money line. It ends at the age of 33, 34. Imagine a situation if the line was kind of progressing forward. It would have kind of pointed more towards the mount of Saturn, and mount of Jupiter. This is the mount of Jupiter. Now, mount of Jupiter is not the planet for money. So the other line that kind of moves after the age of 35, that is kind of pointing more towards the mount of Saturn. So this is the mount of Saturn. So that's considered to be a better sign to have. And it pointing more towards the mount of Saturn automatically means probably more accumulation in your life. Money, basically more money comes in and more accumulation can happen at that given portion of time. The other part is that the money line is kind of originating on the mount of Moon. This is the mount of Moon. This is where the money line is kind of originating. It does have a break, I think, here as well. So the same things get applied when there's a break on the line of money. What I've told out here also gets applied here as well. When the money line is originating on the mount of Moon, it could basically signify that the person could gain from trading activities, service industry, foreign countries, foreign associations, anything white collared, anything to do with public appreciation, or just foreign associations. So any one of these things could get applied in your case as well. It could also mean benefits that the person could get from male members. Now, male members could be father, brother, it could be husband, it could be male friends, male associations, and in foreigners, we would say male as well as female, both basically could benefit such a person. So this is one aspect. The other aspect is that when we are looking at the line of head, this is the line of head. There's a line that is kind of originating on the mount of Mars negative, the area of anger, aggression, fire, and it is kind of joining inside your headline at this particular point. So if the approximate age, this is the approximate age out here is age 35, so probably it's happening before the age of 35 on the headline, this portion where the line kind of joins in. A line joining in from the area of Mars negative brings anger, aggression, and fire because it's entering your mind. The chances is more anger and aggression enters your mind, and when there's anger and aggression, the chances of taking the wrong decision increases. So what basically it means is anger and aggression enters the mind and chances of taking the right decision decreases. So sometimes there are fights. And the fight could be of any kind. We use common sense. What could those fights could be related to? It could be related to either work or maybe sometimes personal life. So any one of these things can get applied in your case as well. Now the good, I see one of the good lines that in your case, this is a very, very good line. Not every person would have this kind of a line. Now, this line is originating on the area of Jupiter. Jupiter is a big planet. Big planet means growth, expansion, honor, respect, position, power, and spirituality. And this is also the area for ambition. All these kind of things are there. So what it basically means is that if it joins the line of head, this is the line of head, it is joining in something like this. It basically means in your mind, you are aspiring to be at a higher position. Okay, so your mind is getting inspired from the mount of Jupiter. So this is what it basically means. Now, some people may say, any good line they see, they would say this is a luck line. I would say not every line is a luck line. It is a very, very good line, and it takes a person to a high position. It is joining your head or the lifeline somewhere close to the age of 17, 18, but it's progressing from an early age. Okay, so what it basically means is that right from an early age, you would have been at a commanding position, administrative position. In your junior classes, in your senior classes, you might have got award and reward repeatedly. You would have got all of these things in your life, and this is what you are likely to experience all throughout your life. So it's not only for 1 or 2 years, it is for basically for throughout one's life the person experiences the spirituality part also. And some people see when they are young, they move away from the religion and the spiritual side, but ultimately they move back to the spirituality side. So this is this might also benefit you as well. Now, if we look at your heart line, this is the line of heart. Now the heart line is a little bit short. It is ending under the mount of Saturn. Saturn is the planet for money, possessions, wealth, wisdom, and responsibility. So you are all of these. Saturn is also being more realistic and being more grounded. So this is what you are. Now, I would say something that you may disagree, but yet I'm going to say it, because I would say that you are not an emotional kind of a person. You are a very realistic kind of a person. Now, why I said that you might not agree, because this line, when is kind of curving towards the end and moving towards the mount of Saturn in something like this, it makes a person more passionate, and the display of emotions is there, and the person is expressive with their emotions. But being more expressive with your emotion does not mean that you are an emotional person. Having tears in your eyes does not mean that you are an emotional person. So all your decisions are very, very grounded, and just the way the old man takes a decision, you also take the decision in that particular way. The old man has seen all the life, so you have been very responsible right from an early age. Not that you have become more responsible right now. Right from an early age, you have been like this, and you would remain like this. So such people attract more money. They value money, they respect money, because your heart line ending under the mount of Saturn basically signify that all your heart is targeting towards Saturn. And what is Saturn? Saturn is money, possessions. So your whole being is that you want money, and when you target towards money, you get money in your life. So most good businessmen or most good people who are in service as well and making good amount of money have this kind of a sign. There could be some rare exceptions when the line of heart is long, something like Baba Ramdev and Sergey Brin, the Google founder. They have a long heart line. Even it doesn't mean a long heart line doesn't make money, but when we look at the probability and the proportion, most people with shorter heart line under the mount of Saturn, they make better money, and they are better money managers. So you must be a very, very good money manager as well. Apart from that, if we take a look at the area of mount of Mercury, Mercury is a very, very important planet. Mercury is the planet for IT skill, computer skill. It is also for the area for doctor, engineer, businessman, orator, politician, anything and everything, even lawyers as well. So people who have a good Mercury are people who are able to communicate their ideas in an effective way. They are able to keep good documentation. These are the people whose calculations don't go wrong in general. So you having 1 or 2 lines on the mount of Mercury, very clear-cut mount of Mercury, signifies that these people have tried to sharpen their skills on a daily basis, and that's a reason why they are likely to be able to make more money in their life. So this is what is depicted by the Mercury. Mercury is a very, very important planet, and it certainly does give lots of success in today's time. And this is also the area for networking. So people who have got a good Mercury, they are able to network in a much, much better way. This line, the sun line, this is also the sun line, and this is also the sun line. So below the headline, this portion is before the age of 35, this is 35 to the age of 53, and this is 53 and beyond. This is how we calculate. So if we just notice, the quality of the sunlight is not so good before the age of 35, and this point is roughly 48 or so. It is not so good. It's a slightly dim and unclear kind of a line. It basically signifies doubts and self-doubt. This line is also known as the career line, name and fame line, luck line. Many people call different names. When the line is dim, it doesn't mean that you are not going to be successful, because we have to look at all the aspects of your palm, the heart line, your Mercury line, your Jupiter line, and other lines as well. So and the structure of your hand. So many of those things are depicted by, we can see success on all of those lines. So it doesn't matter if the line is dim. It doesn't mean that you're not going to be successful during that particular portion. But still, I would say slight doubts. When the line of sun becomes very clear, deep and clear, it signifies absolute clarity in the work that you're doing. It's something like, this is sun, this is earth, there's lots of smoke in the middle, sun rays can't penetrate, the plants are not going to grow at a faster speed, they may die. So when the line is strong, direct sunlight, and the plants grow at a faster speed. Okay, this is what deeper and clearer sunlight means. More clarity in the work that you're doing, being able to see the path that you are traveling on. Now, one more thing is that books of palmistry have shown long sunlight, but I've seen many people's cases, this is the place where we have to give most importance to. So if the line is good out here, although it's after the age of 53, but still I would say it is for throughout your life, and not necessarily only after the age of 53. It's common sense that you can't suddenly get success. You have to be doing something before also, and that's the reason why you are likely to get success. There are few slightly negative lines which are kind of going and crossing the headline as well as the money line. So these are problem lines that the person may experience somewhere close to the age of 35 or so. One or two lines are there, so one or two times the person may experience these problems, but nothing too big, because your hand structure and is good. So that's the reason why we would kind of not give too much of importance to it. Now this is your left hand, and see, left hand and right hand, both are important while giving a palm reading. In general, I've seen hands to be quite similar in both the hands. So my readings is going to be absolutely same. Whatever I've said for the right hand, I would kind of commit to the left hand as well. The money line is kind of starting on the Mount of Moons, but ending somewhere at the same age that I have told you. But there are a few branches that are joining in. Imagine a situation, the main line is like a river, and these are tributaries joining in. So tributaries joining in brings more money into your life, more water coming into the main river, like more flow. So more flow of money coming to this particular person, but abruptly something is ending, and then there's a new start. The sun line is good after and beyond the age of 53, and there's a V kind of a pointing towards the finger. So this kind of a formation is considered to be positive. It's something like energy penetrating the fingers and getting accumulated out here. So whenever there's a V, that portion becomes even more significant. So somewhere close to the age of 55 or so. One more significant thing is seen on both the hands. Just notice that this is the main line of head. There's another line which is kind of starting something like this. There's a V like thing out here as well. Now having this kind of a line formation is a positive sign. Books of palmistry mention that it may have something to do with being the ability to see two sides of the coin at the same time. This is one thing. The other thing is that just consider something like when we are looking at the hand, we consider the tips of the finger as the head and the sky, and the lower portion of the hand is the earth and gravity. Okay, and this is your physical head. So a line that is kind of starting above, something like this, it's something like it is pulling the head line upward in the upward direction. If the line was something like this, I'm just drawing, if the line was something like this, it would mean mental disappointment, downward tilt, like the gravity is pulling it downwards, the headline. So some events are playing in a negative. So I'm just giving you an example. It's not on your hand, but this is the reverse. It's kind of pulling the head upward. So what it means, mental upliftment, it could mean something to do with some success coming into your life. That basically is kind of uplifting your mind, and upliftment of mind is only happening when there's success. So this is what I could tell, the main points on your hands. Rest I would be talking to you and then discussing. The amount of Venus is reasonably well padded. So this area is the area for desires. This area is the area for energy, stamina, vitality. So people who have a good prominent amount of Venus, they have that kind of high energy levels and stamina and vitality, and they are able to like when there's a burning desire, they make it happen. So this is what your hand shows. And in your left hand also, if you notice, this is the initial money line, ends out here, the direction pointing towards Jupiter, and Jupiter is more for public good, governance, but slightly changing at the age of 35. This one is kind of pointing more towards the direction of Saturn. But the portion after the age of 53, this is even more directional changes happening, more towards the amount of Saturn. So the age 35 and the age 53 would also bring remarkably good result in your life and changes. They could see when there's problem, certainly the person experiences those kind of problems, but you'd be able to move ahead in a significant way, because you have that inherent strength within you, a good amount of knowledge, and you must have made good associations, good networking, and that is the reason why the person would succeed. The same kind of line that I talked about in the left hand is also seen out here as well. So this is the main headline, and there's an upward kind of a line, something like this. So this is a positive line to have. I would end the video out here. Thanks for watching. Bye and take care.